The Beckoned? Do you seek to debate? You should speak to Master Onesimus to arrange one. We would be thrilled to hear a lecture given by the Beckoned. I am, the youngest of Onesimus's students. There is much I have yet to learn. Oh, the city? It is... well, it is grand, as everyone says. I wish I could say more of it, but I spend most of my time in the Lycaeus. Though the Lycaeus is open to all who wish to debate, some choose to spend their lives mastering the arguments, like me. I hope it will make me a stronger Colossi. Goodbye, Beckoned. I wish you a...
Beckoned, I admit that I have eyed you with some interest. I await for the chance to debate you personally. I am a student of Master Onesimus, and I hold the highest rank among all of his disciples. My current point of study is the nature of strength and its relation to virtue. The Colossi believe that ours is the greatest city in all of Amalur, Beckoned. I am inclined to agree. We were strong enough to rip it from the clutches of the earth. How could there be any doubt? No doubt the gods favor us because we have the strength to perpetuate their message. This is the center of theology in Idylla, Beckoned. My people attend to debate any topic they like, with whomever they like. We leave social standing at the door. All that matters in the Lycaeus is virtue and a sound argument. I wish you luck in your endeavors, Beckoned.
Have you seen the rather small creature that entered the city? They say it is the Beckoned.
Surely you jest. How could one of that size herald the power of a fiend?
Do you require assistance? I can heal whatever wounds you may suffer. I am one of Onesimus's oldest disciples. I have taken to tending to the inexperienced students after their debates. The Master is troubled. The Lycaeus has seen its attendance gradually drop since the tragedy at the Hyperion. Have you seen it? The theater is perhaps our greatest rival in capturing the idle time of Idylla's citizens. Over the years, I've warmed to the idea of their productions, but there is no substitute for the Lycaeus's debates. Be careful if you choose to debate.
If fiend guide your action.
So the Beckoned has arrived. Are you here for a debate? I've an astute interest in researching the Pteryx. They are noble, lethal beasts. They can match a colossi in might in the right numbers. The life of a god is always busy in these lands. Take it from me. We are strong, but not immortal. Though our skin resembles stone, mortal blood flows beneath it. The city is grand, though it has borne much doubt and anguish. But I believe the stones we placed can weather these storms. The scholar truly has mastered the art of discourse. Though it has been years, I believe he can still make a persuasive argument on any topic. The Lycaeus is the essence of the Colossi. I am glad to see it run by a great thinker such as Onisimos. Enjoy the Lycaeus.
Welcome to the Lycaeus, Beckoned. I am a student of the Masters, and there is no greater joy for me than the debate. I truly love it currently. My studies have me exploring the value of life versus that of the spirit. I remember when this city sat on firm earth instead of thin air. Those were dark times, where daily we grappled with the wilds of the teeth of Naros. But we endured, and now we have carved a near paradise for ourselves among the clouds. No finer city exists. There is no greater home, no event, no thought, no prayer is raised that does not get tried and tested in our debates. I pray that your presence graces me.
I almost did not see you. Though the Jotun have
You are much smaller than I.
The Lycaeus is popular no more. Yes, Beckoned. I am pleased to serve how I can. I am a relatively new debater, but already I have made my mark. I outranked Thace in the Master's eyes, though we became disciples on the same day. My area of interest is the nature of war. Our city stands the highest in all of Amalur, and that means that it is the greatest. It is no coincidence that our culture and virtue have flourished up here among the clouds. It is built to honor the struggle we all must go through to attain wisdom, and we embody that struggle every day. If you have wounds to tend to, Harris can assist you.
and the Beckoned arrives at last.
You must be the Beckoned. I must say that you are the most peculiar specimen I have ever glimpsed. Your fate, I cannot think but I have been blinded, but you are the only flaw in my gaze. I have always been able to snatch glimpses of the future, but very recently, since news came that you appeared in our land, these dim half-visions of mine have burst into full, glorious sight. I can see the fate of this city now, of all who live within it, except for you, curiously enough. The city will hold longer than this academy, but all things in this world fall to ruin. Every morning I wake and despair, for I see the mighty walls of Idylla and the tower of the Primos crumble to dust before my eyes, replaced by an empty sky. The first of many failures. I have seen the portents of the future, and the old Primos wears the garb we all will be shrouded in. I tell you, this academy's destruction is assured. The details are vague to me, but there will come a time when theology means nothing to the Colossi. Academics, scholarly pursuits, all of it gone. In its place, the savagery of the Myru. Mark my words. I attend these final debates as the school enters its death throes to chronicle them for the future. Would that I could unsee some things.
What do you think of our humble academy, Chosen One? Could I perhaps convince you to debate one of my prodigies? Surely the Beckoned of Athene would be a worthy lecturer. I am the master of the Lycaeos. I do what I can to enlighten the minds of those who enter my academy. I will admit, times are difficult for the school. Few have the fire within them to debate. They seem to prefer moping. If anything, this city is great for separating the weak and impious from the strong. Not all have kept the promises we made to the gods. Some have left our city to live in the wilds, as if they were the Mairu. Fools. That is what we were before the gods sought to raise us up. Life for the Mairu was not as you see here. The Mairu cared only for base pleasures, carnage, conquest, and power. They were far from the enlightened people the Colossi are today. He did not have the strength needed to appeal to the gods. Though he was named Primos, his virtue faded over time. Many argue the meaning of the Beckoned. Are you a conduit of the gods, or are you merely their messenger? I know what you are, though. You are the strength of the gods incarnate. I despair that the Lycaeos has passed under the awareness of one so blessed. Our academy is the center of conversation for philosophy and theology in Idylla. Would you be opposed to joining us for a dialogue or two? It would be an honor. The spears, you mean? They are for the debate. Wonderful! With the hard times about us, I worry that our long-kept traditions will eventually be lost as the school's influence wanes. Your involvement is sure to spark interest in the Lycaeos once again. Now, let us begin. In your first debate, you face Thais, one of my most promising students. Study hard, Ben. Thais wishes to challenge you to speak to Thais. Study hard, Becca.
Greetings, Beckoned. I take it that Onisimos wishes me to go through with this debate? Very well. You are? Then, I will begin. I mean, here is the topic of discussion. A torrential storm sweeps a youngling and a full-grown colossi into the flow of a river. A big one. A river, I mean. Now, there is only time to save one. Which should one choose to save? You would choose to spare the potential for strength over the certainty of it? That's a stance few might stand by. Very well, let us begin the debate. Let us prepare. Then, here we go. Here is my...
You smashed him senseless, Beckoned. Why, this is the form all debates take here at the Lycaeus. Opening statements are made, and combat determines the victor. I am unsure what else you were expecting. That said, will you allow others to challenge you? You appear to be quite skilled. Speak to Sisters. He is eager to debate with you. My students have told me that Sisters wishes to challenge you. Speak to him. Study hard.
How may I serve?
Is it my turn to challenge you, Beckoned? I am eager to test you, and myself. I am glad. Tell me, what is the most effective display of strength in the following scenario? On a trip across a vast desert, you and a companion encounter a boulder. It is an airborne boulder, and it crushes your friend. He tells you, "Leave me, Beckoned. Even were you to lift this boulder from off my battered body, I would be but half a colossi." What would the strong do? You would save him? Beckoned, you fight like a colossi, but you certainly do not think like one. Where would he be with his body obliterated? He would be half a man, and half a man can never be whole. His friends and family would pity and shun him. I will best you in this debate, Beckoned. I must. Prepare yourself. Shall we test your proposition? Face my supposition.
An absolutely scintillating debate, Beckoned. Sisters didn't stand a chance. Are you ready for another? Find my disciple Zeno when you are. He wishes to challenge you. Speak to Zeno. He wishes to test it. My disciple, Zeno. Study hard, Beckoned.
Ah, you must be your fate. I can't. Would that I could unsee some ways.
Well, the debates have given me.
It would appear that my long hours of study have been beneficial. When I heard I would fight the Beckoned, I thought I might die. Thank you for the debate, Beckoned. It would appear that I hope to see you again.
Yes?
Greetings, Beckoned. Are you here to debate?
Well, that was a debate well fought, Beckoned. I had no idea one so small could be so ferocious. I lost consciousness for many moments after you struck me. Goodbye, Beckoned.
You are the Beckoned? I wish to challenge you. Sisters and Thace are worthy opponents. That you have debated them is impressive indeed, especially for one so short. You are one of the greatest debaters I have ever seen, Beckoned. I hope I present a worthy challenge. My query for you is simple. What makes a war worth fighting? That is a suitable response, if a bit subjective. I am of the belief that nothing makes war more worth fighting than a worthy opponent, such as yourself. Prepare yourself for debate. Prepare yourself. Let us support our king. I will demonstrate the rest. You are a powerful debater, as expected of the beckoned, I suppose. I wish you luck in future debates, but I doubt you'll need it. If you have wounds to tend to, Terence can assist you.
Zeno's argument was hastily prepared drivel next to your well-constructed thesis. Fine, an older disciple, wishes to debate with you. Speak to Fine. She is my eldest disciple, very powerful and wise. A true challenge awaits you. Speak to Fine. Study hard.
You've defeated many of Master Onisimos' students, Beckoned. I am the oldest, the most powerful. Prepare yourself to face the Master's most gifted student. Excellent. You've done well thus far, but I have another query to test you. Does might make right? You are proposing that strength will come to the just, as long as they are virtuous. That is baffling. How can one be virtuous if one is weak? And how can one be just without the strength to protect oneself, one's family? Let us debate, and I shall show you my view of the world. Prepare yourself. Ah! Let our discourse begin. Here is the summation of my studies. My conclusion. That you honored us with a debate was the greatest gift you could give, Beckoned. I wish you luck in your endeavors.
Beckoned, welcome back. Have you been enjoying your debates? Indeed, you have defeated all of my students, Beckoned. The issue I pose to you is this, brought to my mind by your overwhelming strength. Can those with absolute power, such as yourself, have courage? If one enters battle with victory all but assured, can one also be called brave? You have proven differently here at the Lycaeus. Very well. Let us debate. Prepare yourself. Brace yourself. Here is my evidence.
much smaller than I expected.
And the beckoned arrives at... You have my underlying gratitude for participating in our competitions. Please take this as a token of my appreciation. Word of your scintillating lectures is sure to bring attention to our school. Already there are more spectators in the Lycaeus than there have been in years. Your thoughts guard you well in combat. May this talisman offer you similar protection. Though we were all taught sound lessons, my students and I have never seen this many in the Lycaeus. Truly, you have helped us. Study hard, Becca.
Greetings, Beckoned. Are you here to faint?
You are the Becca. Have you come see?
You must be the Becca. Many covet your connection with the goddess Athene. I hope you realize the impression that leaves on us all. Tread carefully if you are heading into the sewers.
You should act properly in Idylla Beckoned. It is a city built in tribute to the god. Take care in these lands.
I've heard one of our scholars has been trying to study trolls. Has she taken you to the...
I've heard a rumor that the silent choir never talks because they've had their tongues cut out. When we came to this land, I thought it was a place of promise, but I was wrong.
I've heard one of our scholars has been trying to study trolls. Has she taken leave of her senses?
Though the Jotun have wronged us, just to show them mercy. The Beckoned has even brought the light of the gods to these dark halls. What can I do? Masons such as I are needed to repair the damage done to the city when it was first ripped from the land below. But we have more strenuous tasks, such as listening to Pagus and his inane rat obsession. A gifted mason, to be sure, but he is very particular about things, especially cleanliness. When he first heard of the rats in our sewers, it was as though he declared a holy war. True, we have some manageable infestations, but Pagus treats the vermin like they are Niskaru's spawn. He was so vehement about their destruction that he was requested to take a reprieve from his work. A long reprieve. True to its design, the surface of the city shines like the sun, truly a sight worthy of even the gods. But these sewers below are no less an architectural feat. These tunnels are vast and connect all of the city together. We've built a vast network of underground paths that any colossi can use. It truly is a marvel of modern architecture. There are just as many ways to get around under the surface as there are on the streets of Idylla. The Jotuns seem to think we are adept at working with stone, since we look like stone. But I never quite trust their judgment. Be careful in here.
If you ever require a place to... You do so much for us, Beckoned. I would be remiss if you were to injure yourself down here. The city above is pristine, beautiful, but these tunnels have their charms as well. The city is a wonderful place, but these tunnels are quite necessary for everything to function as it should. Great magics keep the city aloft, and this can cause strain on the stone. These tunnels ensure that those energies are dispersed properly. If you decide to traverse the sewers, be careful.
And thou?
I have seen faith change my people, but none more so than the silent choir. Be careful around them.
Gods are good to us, the marauders of the lands below.
The marauders grow in numbers daily. Could that be the answer to our troubles? Can the Beckoned be so small?
Blessings to you.
Yeah, beckoned.
What is it? Come. If Anakatos wishes us to retrieve this circlet, we will do it quickly. I wish to be done with this. Farewell. There. That is the artifact you seek. The circlet of Arcades. By taking it, Arcades' grave becomes an empty tomb. Let us depart. Anakatos has had his fun with me, and there is nothing left to plunder. It is nothing I can share with you, Beckoned. It is not worth your time. I always thought that were I to come to Arcades' crypt, it would be because of the work of gods alone. And here I am, by the will of none but Anakatos, flesh and blood. I cannot! I will not! Even after all these years, he has not forgotten his brand of viciousness. He knows I must obey his command. I apologize for my outbursts. However, it can be hard to let convictions go. But we must. We must. They are colossi who succumb to the burden of this wilderness, letting it transform them into mindless brutes. They have the strength of our strongest, with none of the wisdom. Take the circlet back to Anakatos. He is most likely waiting for you. Be cautious in these lands.
Visitor? Hold! Hold! What are you? You are... Oh, not! You're my size! My size! This can't be! Ah, I knew I shouldn't have eaten that lichen earlier. Cave slime never agrees with me. What? You mean you walk these halls and know nothing of their lord and holder? I am the king of this undersewer, protector of this whole expanse. Divine providence. Once I wandered the lands below, living in caverns, in a base attempt for subsistence. But then the earth was left below me, and I was raised into a city in the sky. Your mistake. If that's supposed to be groveling, then you need to brush up on your etiquette. But I suppose I can allow such insolence to be humored for this one time. I haven't had much in the way of company out here. Oh, you're welcome to some of the cave slime, if you're hungry. There's plenty for everyone. Be gone! Back again. Seems that Jeff has run away with all the scones again. I'll wager we'll have nothing but crumbs to sup on when he returns. Yes, yes, yes! Everyone comes to petition me now and again. What need have you for me? I hold dominion over all you see here. I have been left to my devices, to rule as I see fit. I may seem harsh, but all my subjects will tell you I am fair. I've lived in these tunnels for years. There are plenty of hazards, but they only pose problems for strangers. The living giants, they stay away from me, and it's for the best. Can't let them know I'm here. The rascally imp is the closest thing one can find to a footman in these wilds. Of course, he's just as like to rob me as serve me. I'd wager he thinks he has the best of me. But I'm no fool! Press him back into my service, will you? Seems my footman, Jeff, has scurried off without permission and taken up quarters elsewhere in the sewers. He should be made to see the error in his judgment, but I will not presume to ask for help in this. Quite right you will. Jeff's around here, somewhere. The little scamp has no stomach for the realms upstairs. Just give him this, It's a charter of fealty he signed the day he joined my service. But if you do so, do it on your own time. I make no pretensions at ordering you around. Speak to me about Jeff when you've dealt with him. Begone! Well, persistent little gnat, aren't you? I haven't had this many run-ins with another since Renival absconded with my archives. Damned fool, still scampering around like he owns the place. He'll get his, I'm sure. Renival is a damned usurper, and I don't care what you've heard about him. This latest theft is just another attempt to discredit my rule. But this is too far. The key to my archives is the lowest blow. Only the key to my archives! Only the means to access the greatest treasures in my realm. Without them, my most precious of heirlooms are forever locked in a wooden hell. And for what? His rampant self-satisfaction? Whatever you wish. I am not inclined to ask for any favors. If this is your wish, then pursue it by your own will, not mine. That said, Renival is home in the darkest corners of my domain. Scampering coward, I'll wager you'd make short work of him. Begone! But I don't suppose you have anything to read, do you? A good, honest tome? That perfidious usurper is around here somewhere. Be warned. He will try to buy you, convince you, trick you, seduce you. But he can't be trusted in the least. By my leave, I'm sure. I have to say, on some days, even my wondrous hall feels rather... Well, good to know Jeff got the message. Thank you for your help. You have it then? And Renable has finally been brought to pay for his crimes? I thought I would toast, but it only tastes bitter. Have you ever had an enemy that was as close a friend? I remember the days when he and I were as but no more. Such is folly. We are finished here. Oh, it's been a bit of a dull morning. Or is it evening? Or is it noontide? Not just any old tome. I seek something from a far-off land. Something hilarious or depressing. Something foreign. I've no interest in the tomes of these giants. Found something for me then? How? Wait a moment. I know the words in this book. It's all coming back to me now. I wrote them. This is my writing. After all this time, I've finally remembered. I'm Denric, servant of Mitharu. Oh, it has been so long. Yes, I was Denric once. An all-main monk sent to the southern lands to bring the word of Mitharu. But no longer. I failed my mission. And in my failure, I forgot myself. All is well, for Denric was but a humble monk, while here, I am a king! Oh, what fanciful nonsense you'd have me believe. Are you well? Have you been hitting the stone again? You must not do that. First, because it is sovereign property. But furthermore, because Jeff needs to wear his cape when I sit down. You must not do that! Be gone!
The number of rats has become greatly diminished. I see your hand in this. If ever you meet doubters of your divinity, tell them of what you have accomplished in the sewers. Please, take this amulet with my thanks. You are now an honorary sewer mason. A great accomplishment indeed.
I have heard that you wreaked havoc in the Lycaeos during your debates. Just as I expected from the Beckoned, you have become truly feared in the academic circle. Still, I cannot believe how formidable you are, considering your stature.
The rats still mess beneath our feet. Tell me, if you have the inclination, I'd like you to take another trip into the...
Greetings. I hope you have had some success. Good luck in your search.
And you return to me. I hope you are finding this work well suited to you. The Marauders have lost their Very well. I shall endeavor to reward you for your labors.
Well done, Beckoned. The stowaway is no more. Please take this as a token of Idilla's gratitude. The troll has been dealt with, beastly thing. Though I cannot help but feel as though this city has lost an institution, in a way. Well done, Beckoned. It is unfortunate that our surveyor died, but thank you for returning her report. Please take this. Grim tidings. We shall be more careful with our surveys, I'm sure. But that's a cold comfort to the surveyor's family. Thank you for returning her report. Well done, Beckoned. Thank you for returning these items. Please take this as a token of Idilla's gratitude. Glad to know that the items were found without too much trouble. Thank you, Beckoned. If you found a task you wish to take on from the petition board and complete it, I will recompense you. Well done, Beckoned. The nest of primal sprites and their thralls has been removed. Please take this as a token of Idilla's gratitude. The little nits are taken care of, I take it. Good, then. Who needs them? Greetings, Beckoned. As you might imagine, water is rather hard to obtain up here. But if the cisterns aren't drained, the foundations of the city will be much the worse for it.
The Beckoned! The life of the Beckoned must be strengthened. Perhaps an elixir would I have potions for every need. I can help repair. Your equipment. You must be the best.
Is there anything you require on your job? I wish you well.
You bear the circlet of Arcase. Then the wreath is almost complete. The foundation is gold with runes of prayer, as I said. Now, it must be woven with blood and toil. The colossi furnish the foundation and nature furnishes the trappings. The laurels of the wreath are not crafted, but earned. We seek Teryx veins. Once they are ours, once the wreath is complete, the ritual of atonement can begin. I take it you have encountered a Teryx before. Likely the mongrel, carrion-eating scavengers that plague us. They are a common foe. We seek the veins of the Alpha Teryx.
They are fierce and proud, all that is wild and savage in nature. To prove to the gods the righteousness of our faith, then we must conquer a mighty foe. They will serve. They are vicious beasts, wild and strong. The Alphas, our quarry, are particularly fierce. The gods sent you to bear witness to our atonement. To do that, we must complete the Wreath of Absolution. The wreath is made from the large feathers, the veins, of the Teryx Alphas. They live in Eris to the south. We are so close.
Blessings of peace.
Keep the peace. Welcome to Idylla. Well done, Bekend. The masons tell me the pressure in the cisterns has yielded. It seems we have you to thank yet again. Please take this in thanks. Well, I expect that someone in the teeth got a nasty shock if they were hit with the runoff from the cisterns. Thank you for your help.
I only jest. Good tidings, Bekend. Would that I could help you with something, but I await the Primos. Good. Well, it seems that troubles have a way of righting themselves. Others may complain of their toils here. I have done well for myself. My family brought much of their wealth here from our old homeland. Without my patronage, much would be difficult to acquire here. I keep the trade brisk enough to afford me a sense of humor. He is powerful, fit for the title of Primos, and yet faith guides his actions more than the needs of his people. I cannot begrudge him his priorities, given the times we are in. However, I cannot but feel a bit ignored. We are the mightiest city in the world. Our stature proves it. Is there a skyline higher than ours in all of Amalur? There is not. Good journeys, Bekend.
You must be the Bekend.
How are you finding our city? Visit the market if you need support.
I listen. What can I do?
Very Anacatus walks among us, and the citizens are awed. This act seems small to you, Bekend, but it is enough to give my people hope. I thank you on their behalf, if nothing else. Yes, what do you need of me? Be cautious in these lands.